I have a data entry log sheet here, and to add the data to this log, I have a nifty sidebar that I can access by going to Logging, Create Entry. And from here, I can enter in any one of these EV vehicles that I have in my fleet, add in my distances, and then add in the charge used, and submit it. And it will appear down the bottom with a little success notification as well. Okay, so this is really handy, but there's one thing that's really bugging me, and that is if I increase my fleet to have more than 4 vehicles, then I'm in a bit of trouble. So right now I have 4 vehicles on this list, and you can see my current fleet is 4, but if I increase my fleet number to EV005 and EV006, and I refresh my logging sheet, you can see that this logging sheet hasn't changed. Why? Because we've added these in statically. Let's head over to the code and jump into the Index.html sheet, and you can see I've added each option in manually one by one. There's a better way to do this, and that's with using Google Apps scriptlets. In this tutorial, we're going to dynamically insert this fleet data into the sidebar sheet as it's being built. Now, if you're playing along, there is a starter sheet in the description below. Let's get started. Let's go over to our Google Apps script and go to Extensions and App Scripts. Okay, if you've got the starter sheet, you should have the onOpen function, create entry sidebar function, process form, and append EV log, and then have our Index.html here, and particularly noting the options for our select menu have been entered in manually. Cool, let's head back to the code.js file. And the first thing we need to do is to update our HTML. So what we're going to do to dynamically load our fleet data into our options menu, we're going to use the HTML service scriptlet templating. So you can see here we've got scriptlets. They allow us to dynamically grab data from our GS file here and insert it into our Google Sheet. So when this sidebar is built with HTML service, it adds everything in as needed. So first things first, HTML service, we need to make a change here. So instead of create HTML output from file, let's change this to create template from file. And again, we're going to add back our index. We need to append a method to this create template from file because it's building the HTML file first, and then once it's built, it evaluates it. So let's enter in evaluate. Cool. So what we need to do now is create a way for us to grab the fleet data and put it into our Google script file here, our code.js file. So let's create a function and call it get fleet data. And inside this function, we want to return our spreadsheet app, and we want the active spreadsheet. And let's chain a bunch of methods on here, and we'll hit enter and tab. And first method is going to be get range by name. And this allows us to extract a range based on the name ranges in our Google Sheet. So if we head back to our Google Sheet tab here, fortunately for us, we have already built in a named range for this data here. So let's head over to our Data tab and select Name Ranges. We've got a named range called Fleet here, and it's got the range from A3 to A12. So it gives us a bit of wiggle room if we're adding in more fleet vehicles for our organization. So we need to grab this fleet item here. So you can hit edit, and I'm just going to hit Control-C to copy so I don't make mistakes, and open up our brackets here in double quotation marks, Control-V. So we've got that range now for our fleet, and let's just get the values. And this is going to return a 2D array of values, where the entire range is an array, and then each row is another array of values. And we want to flatten that just into a single array to make things easy. So let's just hit enter again, and we'll type in flat. Okay, and now we have a single array of EV001, 02, 03, 04, 5, 6, and all our blanks for that range. So we now want to get rid of all the blanks in the range. So let's use the filter method. And the filter method takes a function, and we're going to use an arrow function here, or we could say EV as our parameter. So the EV row does not equal empty. So return every EV row that does not equal empty. So it's basically saying only show me these rows. And let's just test that very quickly with a function test and console log, and we'll say get fleet data. Hit save. And go up to our menu bar up here and select test and hit run. And you can see our return results are EV1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there are no empty spaces, and it's all in a flat array. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Let's get rid of our test. Let's hit save again. Cool, so that's everything we need to do in our code.js file. Let's head over to the Index.html file. Okay, so now we're going to add in our scriptlet. So let's have a look at our scriptlet instructions. Let's look at standard scriptlets. These use arrow braces with question mark syntax. Execute a code without explicitly putting the content in the page. Well, cool, because we want to grab, let's head back over, we want to grab the get fleet data, so we'll need to use that. And then we'll need to run a loop using perhaps a for each loop. And then inside that for each loop, we want to display our EV vehicle. But it says it won't explicitly show the EV vehicle, so we need to use something else. So let's head back to the instructions. And if we scroll down, printing scriptlets. So we need to use this equal sign after the question mark here at the start of that scriptlet to display the value here. So you can see the Google Documents example that they have a list of items here that they're looping through, and then they're displaying each one of these items by using this question mark and equal sign after the opening tags here. All right, we understand that. Let's head back over and head to our index sheet, and let's get rid of every one of our options except for the first one. And just above those options, let's hit enter. First, we need to add in our scriptlet to run the get fleet data to create our list of fleet items. So let's go const fleet equals get fleet data. So that'll grab our fleet data inside the HTML. Then we need to loop through our fleet, displaying each fleet item. Let's use fleet.for each, and then open up our brackets here. Put an arrow function in here, and we'll say for each EV, we want to display it. So for each EV, so that'll allow us to iterate through the EVs. And then we want to put curly braces in because we're going to put it on multiple lines. We want to finish our for each loop after this options element here. So I'm going to hit Control C for now and go down and hit Control V down the bottom here. Now we can't just leave this tag hanging. We need to close it on each row. So let's make a question mark and put the closing tag for the scriptlet in here. And I need to delete this bit. Good. And we need to put an opening and closing tag for the end of the for each loop as well. There's the opening scriptlet, and there's question mark and a closing scriptlet. Cool. And now we need to update the options so that they're built dynamically. So the first thing we need to do is in our ID here, we are going to use our display scriptlet. So if you remember, that's a question mark with the equal symbol at the start, but it ends with a question mark there. And what do we want to display? Well, we want to display the EV. And not only do we want to do that in our ID, but we also want to do it in what the user is going to see in the drop-down menu. Cool. Let's just put a semicolon in the bottom there because we're old, and hit Control S to save. All right, looks like we've got everything. So now, when we hit logging and create entry, the create entry will look at the index file and start to build the index file out, checking through all these scriptlets first and building out the HTML file. And once it's all built, it will display it in the sidebar. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's get rid of those named ranges and refresh. Okay, let's go logging, create entry, and let's have a look at our drop-down menu. As you can see now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If we add an extra one, it's not going to update dynamically because the scriptlets are part of the build process of the sheet. But if we run the sidebar again, we'll see that we now have 7 as an entry. If we delete these 3 items and run the sidebar again, we only have EV1, 2, 3, and 4, just as we started. Okay, that's it for dynamically building the sidebar HTML using the HTML service scriptlet tags. In the next tutorial, we need to do some data validation on our sheet. So once we input the data, we want to make sure that it's all correct and ready to be added in so the user hasn't made any mistakes. So once the user has submitted the data, it's going to head over to our Code.js server side where we want to be able to evaluate the data to make sure there are no mistakes in it before displaying it in our data log. If you enjoyed the tutorial, please click that like button. And if you want to find out when the next tutorial comes out, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time.